Yep, that's a wrap. Lucas Oil Pro Motocross for 2019. Yep, you know who the champions are. That guy, Eli Tomac, and this guy, Adam Cianciarulo. We're just doing some post-production, as they call it in the TV world. By now, we know that Cianciarulo has won. Folks act like you're still working.
Well, I am.
You actually are, yes. That's post-production, folks. So, yeah, hey, Adam Cianciarulo is your champ. We already know this. And we already knew that Eli Tomac is your champ in the 450 division of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. And look, if you had told somebody years ago that Eli Tomac and Adam Cianciarulo would end up champions, I don't think that's a shocker to anyone. Look, these guys came through the amateur system. They were known for being good. But it has not been perfect. It has not been easy for them back in the TV truck. They're still working. They're still working. It's the A unit where we try to have everything go to plan. I think this sport has proven that things don't always go to plan the way you plan them. Didn't go to plan for GL today, but you toughed it out, bro.
Not feeling so hot.
No, no. So this is where we try to put a strategy together to make sure every week goes perfectly, but you never know what's going to be thrown in your way. Poor GL, I think, had food poisoning. Yeah, every section that we have in the show, we get it about 90% right, but then something will go wrong, or they'll get an extra lap into the race, and suddenly we've got to cut time and fill in at the end. That's a great crew right there. They do everything they can to plan things to go right, but in live television, it doesn't always go that way. And we have seen the lessons in motocross over the last couple of years. There was a time in this sport where it seemed inevitable because Ricky Carmichael won at every level. Kawasaki brought him through the amateurs to the pros, and he went all the way to the top and won the 250 Supercross and Motocross Championship for them. And then James Stewart essentially did the same thing, came through the amateurs, won on a 125, and then won on a Kawasaki 450 indoors and out. Started to look like you could plan everything and have it go exactly to plan. And everybody thought that was going to be the plan for Adam Cianciarulo. It didn't quite go that way. And we'll review it here on the Weege Show. Final round, all brought to you by Racetech and their gold valves. Now you know what they do. Suspension will be plusher, better bottoming resistance, and you'll have more traction. And gold valves are engineered and made in the USA. And I'm going to give you a set for the last time this year. Or maybe I'll give away more, but I know it's the last round, so I don't know what else I'm going to do. But I know you can look at the email link at the bottom of this video, send an email, wow, and win a set of gold valves, thanks to Racetech. So yeah, this Weege Show, let's focus on this 250 class. Last week, I talked about the heritage of Eli Tomac and Cianciarulo and how the plan was to get to the top, but the sport forces you to respect it. We have now found out, after Stewart and Carmichael, that it is impossible. It is the exception, not the rule, for a rider to just keep rolling through the ranks and being the best in his class over and over. And Kawasaki tried to do it. They got it with Ryan Villopoto. It was headed that direction again with Cianciarulo when he started winning Supercross races almost immediately in his career. And then it fell apart. And there were so many injuries that at one point, it was no longer, can Cianciarulo get to the heights we expected him to? It was, is Cianciarulo even gonna race anymore? Is he ever gonna get a win ever again? It took years to even get back on the track in Supercross. There was nothing inevitable about the way it turned out. And as we even learned, howdy.
Good.
Yeah, I'm working it right now. Working it right now. Thanks for the respect. GNCC hat. Now it's worked out beautifully. And you can see this crowd here. They are ready to celebrate here at Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, which, by the way, a lot of the heritage of coming through the ranks with Kawasaki came out of this rig with a lot of #1 plates on the door, including 3 in motocross and a pro that Villopoto hung. It just seemed for a while that, yeah, this team's gonna win all the titles, all the races. Even that team had their problems. Did you just selfie that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. All right, shot of a show, thank you. So even the inevitable for the team of dominating year after year, that started to fade away. It looked for sure that they were gonna win Supercross championships this very year. That faded away. You can't count on anything being inevitable, anything going exactly to plan. It's just how difficult this sport is. But now look at the spoils. They really get to enjoy it. They'll put another #1 plate on the wall. There's Mitch Payton and Dan Fahey celebrating. Is there a chance that having to wait this long actually made it feel a little bit better? Well, that is what Cianciarulo said on the podium, that he was glad that he went through this process. It changed him as a person. It built his character. Thank you. We're doing good. And it would have been nice, obviously, to come out here and just do the supposedly inevitable and win all these races immediately.
Beer bong this year?
No, we've cut the beer bongs out of the program.
Dang it,
yeah,
dude,
the Surgeon General's warning. I know. It would have been nice to win right off the bat, but he has learned so many lessons about his life. You got a press conference going? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, I got plenty of time to shoot. It would have been nice to win immediately, but the lessons learned And that respect for the sport that I mentioned on the Weege show last week, realizing just how gnarly and just how hard and just how difficult, where nothing is given and nothing is inevitable and everything is earned. Well, there's something to say about that. And even Tomac, who's still trying to win that elusive Supercross championship. His parents, his heritage, his program, his team, they have all the pieces in place. Yet even still, it doesn't always come together according to plan. Who you pointing me at?
14-year-old at bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yesterday, where is it? That's your rig right there? You only buy championship level material. Oh, we're gonna get a little, all right, we're gonna get a little look. Yesterday on our Friday preview Weege show, Carter Racing mentioned that they bought Eli Tomac's motorhome. So, when's the deadline? When are they gonna move out?
So we drive it back up to Maine tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
So they are cleaning it out right now.
Yeah.
It's the new owner right here. It's the new owner. Proud new owner. Making dreams come true. Well, you got a lot to live up to. Cruising in that rig. Just saying.
You got the speed, you just don't have the setup, you know?
Okay, but now they got the motorhome.
Yeah,
it's all gonna start coming together. Okay. Yeah, maybe 450 champ next year. That's what that motorhome. We'll see. I think Davey might go. I've been able to go a couple times, so I told him he's got to experience it. I'm a big Maine fan though. Did my honeymoon in Maine. Honeymoon in Maine, 10-year anniversary in Maine. Yeah, respect to Maine.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Carter Racing, buying Eli Tomac's motorhome. That's yeah, okay. That went to plan for those guys buying the Tomac motorhome. For everybody else, well, look, the only plan that they know now is that the season is over and they're going to hit the reset button and they're going to try to do it all again. They hope to have the success that this team did, and you look at that Kawasaki program, it came together. As Bruce Sternstrom, the racing boss over here, told me, they were very lucky that Eli Tomac was available in the free agent market. They could not count on that ever happening again. They knew they had to have the old system work. The only way to really have sustainable success is to build it through the amateur ranks. And really, there's no brand that's done it better through the long legacy of Team Green. Remember that I mentioned Stewart and Carmichael and Villapoto came through those ranks. They had to shore up the system of the amateurs, get Mitch Payton's program back on track, and it will result in great results here. Yeah, you like this? Guys, just Kawasaki all over the place, dude. It's unbelievable.
It's a green day.
It's a green day. Beautiful. Look how relaxed this dude is. No worries for him. So Kawasaki has definitely put it all back together. They win both championships. Last time a manufacturer's won 2 championships in 1 year was Kawasaki in 2011.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Has it crumbled for you?
Yes.
Has it whoa, 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 whoa. The Moser shades? The Moser shades.
Support.
Yeah, I have a pair. I don't.
The supporters.
Yes, yeah.
The male supporters.
Some of the best.
The supporters.
Yeah.
He supports them.
Some
One
of the best
male
heated
supporters I've
floors.
ever seen.
Some of the best heated floors in the business. Some of. Those sunglasses, I believe, are not actually UV protectant, so it makes you
tell.
it makes you walk around in the sun. Yes, with your pupils dilated.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
That seems like something Moser would do is buy cheap sunglasses.
Yeah. Well, something I would do too. Yeah. What's up?
Some moto trivia
Oh, Moto Trivia. I like it.
for you to share.
Okay.
First OEM since 2011 to win both championships.
Did you hear that, folks? First OEM since 2011, both championships is Kawasaki.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just
Same
glad you're
thing.
fact
Here.
checking me, because I literally just said that on the show 2 minutes ago. So you just made me look smart. That is correct. Yeah, yeah. Villapoto and Dean Wilson back then, and Cianciarulo and Eli Tomac now. And look, he even gave me the sheet so we can verify this. That's what happens when you have Kawasaki people here. And well, I guess one thing they did know. Today, championships kind of were inevitable after all the hard work that they had to put in. Tomac already had one, Cianciarulo got one. Look, man, in the journalism world, you are not supposed to root for riders. You are supposed to root for stories. Now, it would have been very difficult to jump on that Cianciarulo bandwagon when his career began as a pro. There was so much hype. I almost feel like Cianciarulo was in this weird situation of certain people were rooting for him. Obviously, he's a great rider and a great talent, but I think a lot of people were rooting against him because at that point he was the overdog. He was the already had it all kid. Well, now that he had to go all the way down to the bottom, I think that's made him a whole lot more popular with the people. There's a lot more respect from the fans over there, and even his peers, I would feel, in the pits, because they saw him ride out the lows, and now no one can say, he was just born with it, he had a silver spoon, he didn't have to earn it. You cannot argue with winning this championship under any circumstances, but doing it when you came back from what he has come back from only makes it that much more impressive. So for him It was a better experience to have done it that way, and I think to get the respect of his peers and the industry and everyone around, it was as well. So, yeah, this sport will force you to respect it. It will force you to earn it. But at the same time, when you do get there, if you can get there, it makes those rewards that much better. Hold on, folks. We're gonna wrap this up with a little post-race activity here. We'll be right back. Yeah, now I've been hooked up. I got the earpiece in, but we're moving the cameras. It's a little bit too shadowy over here. For the rest of the folks, yeah, you're all about the shadiness.
I do.
You're good. Shady character.
Come on.
We're moving over this way. It's Crystal who helps out.
Hi.
Everything we need out here in the field to make sure that these on cameras look as good as
There we go.
this one's gonna look right now. Okay.
Yeah, right in the sun.
Yeah, poor GL, who his career came to an end due to eye cancer. We make you stand out in the sunlight weekly. I'm sure that's exactly what the doctor recommends.
My favorite part of the job.
Yeah. All right, we got to keep on moving. Keep on moving. Here, grab that, Crystal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. All right, now you're the camera person as well. Double shot. We're gonna wrap this show up here in just a moment. Now we're gonna stall at this point. Weege show, yeah. This is all part of it.
Podcast, podcast.
Crystal's got the GoPro now. Truly can do it all. Now you tell me if holding the GoPro is messing you up from an actual part of your job.
Just went black.
That's all right.
Still going?
Yeah, it turns off.
All right.
Just saving battery. Yep.
Sweet.
So this one is just wrapping
This
up
is just
for
wrapping
today,
it up, yes,
today
for
and
the
season.
internet. We'll get to the other stuff in a second. You want some 450 stuff though? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys covered now?
Oh yeah. It's not even close.
Okay. Hello everyone, Jason Weigandt and multi-time motocross and supercross champion Grant Langston here to put a wrap on the 2019 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. We're going to start with the 250 class, but really that's not a wrap just on 2019. That is a wrap of a 6-year journey for Adam Cianciarulo to get to the point that we thought he could get to right off the rip, but things don't always go to plan. This guy has faced the lowest of lows in racing, a lot of injuries, a lot of heartbreak, some pressure moments that didn't go his way, and then suddenly it finally came together this summer.
Well, it's got to be tough for something like that. You go through your amateur career being dubbed as the next big thing. Like the world is just waiting to see what you can do. And he came out, he was very strong in his opening years, but injuries after injuries and bad luck and little tip-overs and crashes, you just started questioning, is he ever going to get to where people believed he could be, which was a champion? Even he mentioned that there were times he doubted himself. But I tell you what, this year was a whole new Adam Cianciarulo. He was absolutely flawless all year long. 12 podiums in 12 rounds. I think that was really the big thing, the big factor. He put the pressure on the other guys. He never made the mistakes. Everyone else had to dig deep, try to beat him, and they were the ones that ended up making mistakes.
And he's already got a deal in place to race for Monster Energy Kawasaki in the 450 division next year alongside the champion of that class. What a great season for Kawasaki. You know, this team has a real legacy of bringing riders like Cianciarulo has done now through the amateur ranks, through the 250s. They got a break when Eli Tomac was available in the free agent market. They made the most of it. He didn't need to win the race today, but why not get another?
Well, the pressure was off. He said, okay, this is his 3rd time winning the title, but every year it's been a nail biter coming to this last race here at Ironman. As well, we've thrown in that we've had bad weather.
Yeah.
So that always makes any rider nervous because anything can happen on a mud day. But this year around, he got his wish. He won the title with 1 round to go. And then he said, now it's a little awkward to go in the last race, not, you know, being in that no man's land almost. But like a true champion, he came out, he was strong, he wanted to finish it off strong, you could see what it meant to him, and he went out there and won the race, just like a true champion, and 3 titles back to back to back. Quite incredible.
And it's definitely a green day the way it turned out today. Now, if you missed any of the action from Ironman, you can check it out August 29th. We'll have highlights from this race at NBCSN, and then September 6th, a pair of season recap shows to see everything that happened in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross for 2019. Thanks for joining us. It's been one heck of a season. Great job, Crystal.
All right.
All right, it's coming for you. We're gonna do a few more things. Yes, wrap it up. Yep. Perhaps there's one more inevitable thing to cover in this show: the inevitable blowing up of the motorcycle for Adam Cianciarulo. He had to go to a press conference, but the rest of the team is celebrating big time. Let's go get it. helmets just don't blow up these days. Oh, yeah, it's good. We're gonna let these folks celebrate the non-inevitable, well, hard-earned championship. That's going on over here. The riders are doing pesky press stuff. We always get in the way of the good times. But the team, who worked very hard to make this happen, we're gonna let them have a good time. Thanks for watching the Weege Show this year, and thanks to Race Tech for backing these videos. Yeah. It's gonna be good. What up? What up? This is gonna be great.